Welcome to my new streaming software. I am officially using Ecamm Live now, which is a Mac-only program. Cheers, everybody. Hope you're well. So, an excellent week for me of interviews. I loved having my buddy Dave on here. That was a really well-attended one. I absolutely blew me away to have Lloyd Baggs on yesterday from LR Bags. Wow. Big fan of his. I'd love to get some other pickup makers on here as well, and I will be reaching out to people to see if I can get them on the show. So watch out for that. Of course, I can't have people on every single day, although I'd really like to. So if I can't, I'll be doing some tutorials on band in the box and things like that, showing some gear off that I haven't shown for a while. I thought for today, what I should do is, well, actually, I had nothing planned for today, but I had a question come in. And this was a really good question that will lead into a chat I'm going to have with my friend on Monday. So before I address that, let me just share this link out to some people. And please say hi and where you're from if you're watching right now. Let me know that the audio and the video is okay. It should be good. I've got the mic in a different position, but everything should sound loud and clear. I've got the level pretty high. I can go slightly higher on the level. Testing 1, 2. And everything should be good. Shouldn't be any weird noises or anything either. So let me know if everything's cool. And I'm going to just share this on Facebook. There we go. Hey Maury, how you doing, buddy? So check this out. Maury, you've used this, right? You've used Ecamm Live, the demo. I decided to get it. I really, really like it. I think it'll be a great addition to my channel. Look at that. I love it. Maury, is this what you were using for your streams? And are you still using it? Because I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's so much better than the other one I had. Hey Alec, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining me. How are you? What do you think of the Pod Go, Alec? Are you interested in that device? Let me know what you think. I've got a good topic for today. I'm just going to share this link to my Facebook page, because I don't think Ecamm Live does that yet. Come hang. So actually, while I'm waiting for some people to come in, I've got something to show you as well. Something that I'm working on that I'm really proud of. I'm very happy about. So I just sent that on my page. Let me, oh great, Maury, he loves Ecamm Live. Awesome. I love it too. Look at this, isn't it cool? You can even, let me just show you a few things. The brightness was like this. This is my camera. And on Ecamm Live, I can actually turn up the brightness. So I've got the brightness turned up, which I think looks better, personally. Oh, not sure what that was. But I've got my name and everything. You can have graphics. I'm not a graphic designer, but I might see if someone would do that for me, have like actual borders and graphics. You can have a video play before you go live. The best thing is you can have different scenes. So if you join me on Skype right now, it would look like this. So it's me, and I can actually reposition my head. Look. And the person on Skype will be here next to me, like a little magic ball. Isn't that great? Look at that. I love that. Or you can change that to other things. And I can go to the desktop. This will be my web browser right here. Or in this case, let me see if I can show you Logic Pro. And what's really cool about this, I think what's really awesome about this myself, let me just figure this out, hang on. Yeah, look at that. What I think is cool about this, you should see Logic Pro right now. You can also hear the desktop audio. It will transmit it through the screen. So this is something I'm working on right now. I'm not going to play you the full thing because I'll get a copyright strike, which I don't want on this video. But let me just show you this recording of this electric guitar. See if you can hear it okay. Okay, here it comes. Actually, I have a bad feeling that you couldn't hear that. Am I right? Let me just try that again. It should play that audio through the system. I don't think it did. You try again. Can you hear that? It looks to me like you can't hear that. Please let me know if I'm correct. Not sure what I did there. That should play the sound. Let me see who we got. Alec Bourne, nice shirt. Have you got a Gretsch? So Alec, no, I do not have a Gretsch. I think I got this from the NAMM show. Gretsch were giving t-shirts and bags away. And that's just, to be honest with you, it's a nice big shirt. And yeah, you know, I'm stuck at home with ice cream right now. So that's why I'm wearing this one. But I like black shirts and I like the Gretsch logo. But you're right, actually, maybe I need a Gretsch. Feel free to send me one my way, my friend. Chablot. Hey, bud. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Patsy and Bernard from England, of course, as always. Thanks for being here. I'm going to move this thing over to the left side. Alec Bourne. Let's see if it makes this long message show up. Oh, good. It is the one I would have gotten back in the day for sure. Chad Boston's blingy pink one looks the business. It is not for me, though. I mess about way too much with these. So stomp them. You mean with MIDI, right? Yeah. Pod Go has no MIDI, so I get that. Could be a limitation for some people. Wow, this is really cool, Aaron. What's the new broadcast system called? So this is called Ecamm Live. I can even show you the actual screen that I see as a demo as well. I'll do that in the future. I've got a topic for today. But this is Ecamm Live. Now, the only problem is it's only for Mac. Mac only. But if you have a Mac and you want to do like professional live streams, this is the best one I've found. It's really cool. I don't know why you couldn't hear the audio from Logic. That should have worked. I'm just going to try one more time. So if I do this, in fact, I'll do a web browser instead. I'll show you this pedal on here. This one. Okay, so you see the pedal, right? And you still hear my voice. So if I play, let me think. I need to play something which isn't copyrighted. Where can I go? Where can I go? There's nothing I can play that's copyrighted, right? I don't know. It does play system audio. It played system audio for me the other day. It works great. I must have a setting wrong, but it works. It's really great. Look at this, because I can be on the screen and I can actually zoom in so you see my face. That's better, right? I've turned the brightness up and you see my face and you see that. And you can also still see the... There we go. You can also see the messages as well. Okay. So these messages I would move over here so you can see it more clearly. Very cool. But the only thing is sometimes it does this look. I'm not sure what to do about that. Oh, well, what you can do is you can have the window further up. Yeah, I forgot that. Sorry. You can do this. Look. So if you do that, now what you see is the comment at the bottom. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Doesn't that look great? What's up, bro? From New Zealand. Hi, we're worldwide. We got England, Italy, New Zealand, USA, Pennsylvania. From Italy. See, isn't that great? So you can really customize the screen. I could even have another camera. I could have the Pod Go or whatever here, the Helix here, and I could have my face. I could have the website or the editor software. I can take comments in, and I'm actually bringing the comments in. Thanks, Ad. Yeah, well, I have music. It's funny because I have music on YouTube, which obviously is not copyright. Well, it's my copyright. But if I play it, I'll still get a strike, and will delay. I mean, I'm not here to make money today. I'm not here to make. I'm not expecting to get thousands of views and make money from this. I just would rather not get strikes if I can help it. I don't need to do that. I'll figure that out for another time. But that definitely does work. And then I have, like I said, the Skype call. So anytime I can bring a guest in, just if they Skype me. And actually, I'm going to turn Skype off for now though, because I don't want to get a call during the thing. So that would be right there. And then this is the main screen here. And like I said, you can have other. I changed this. You can have other stuff too. You know, you can have as many windows open as you want to. So this one should actually be. Oh, that's why it didn't play audio. I've confused this here. This one should be the main screen like this. There we go. And I can either do that or go to this view. Then desktop. This is where I should have played the audio from, the desktop view. So I'll just try that again briefly. It should work now. Oh, it's still not playing. I'll just check the preferences like Maury said. 1 second. I'm going to move on to my thing. Yeah, broadcast system audio when in screen sharing mode. Yeah, it worked before. Maybe I need to restart the computer or something. I'm not sure. Oh. You can't hear that, right? You cannot hear that. Okay. Anyway, it's not for today. So I'll worry about it another time, and then I'll go back to the main view here. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So. That's the only thing I don't know how to do. Anyway, so let me bring this comment into the screen. Peter Cook. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. That's all right. People type my name wrong all the time. Made it in time. Great quality audio and video. Thanks, Anne. If you haven't already, I tell you what, please subscribe because I've got a milestone here today. I am at 4,599. I just need a couple more to get over that mark. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know, Maury. It usually works fine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why this desktop mode here, system audio is showing. That should be working, but for some reason it is not. So I don't know. Now, the other thing I'll say about Ecamm Live is they do have a great technical support team, so you can get through to them. I've only just become a member, so I haven't done that yet. Peter Cook from Holland. Hello, my friend. Right, so here's the thing. I have a few things to discuss, but I don't want to bore you down too much. I might talk about that at the end if I got time. Peter said to me a really good question. He said to me on one of my comments earlier, Aaron, what do you actually use for your gigs? Like you review the T-Rex pedal, you review the Line 6 pedal, you review the Kemper stage, you review all these different things, right? But what do you actually use? That's such a great question. It's a brilliant question. Ecamm Live, that's right, Alec. The reason that's a brilliant question is because, yeah, Maury, you're right. I should try something else, but I'll test that. That's fine. I want to address today's topic. I don't want to go too far off topic. So I play gigs and I use certain gear, and I also like to review gear. So I tend to, if I get something new and hot to review, I'll review that. So if something comes in, like if this Beat Buddy comes in and they've just released it, obviously I want to review it straight away, right? I want to get onto this because people are searching for it. For that reason, the things I actually use to make money, I haven't really reviewed yet. And it is something I want to do. It is something that I will get to, definitely. Ivan, yeah, that's right. Ivan said, what am I going to do? I'm going to tell, so basically this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to talk about the gear I would actually take on a gig. And this is a good lead into Monday, because on Monday, I think my friend Jared is coming on. And we're going to do electric guitar, like pros and cons of different pedals, different rigs, in-ears, PA speakers, amps. Okay, what would you take? So he plays heavy metal, or he plays metal. So maybe not heavy metal, that's the wrong phrase, right? But we're going to discuss primarily electric guitar. But for today, let me tell you what I would take to an acoustic gig, where basically my living is playing acoustic gigs. So Ivan, welcome. That's what I'm going to do on this stream. I'm going to talk about that. So what I'll do is I'll go over to the desktop and I'll show you. Let me close this one down. Okay. I'll show you the main things that I've been using and I've used over time, because I'm not saying this is the best thing for you and that you should get these, but I do feel that these, it must mean something that I've used them so much. And the first thing I'll show you, the thing I've used the most for a solo musician like myself, is the TC Helicon Play Acoustic. So again, I haven't reviewed this yet. I need to, I will do. I've just moved over to something else, which I'll get onto. But for many years, I used this pedal. And this pedal is absolutely brilliant because it's very small. You see, it's got 3 buttons only. But you can also add in the back an extension pedal with 3 to 6 buttons. So I would have a bag with this in it. And this pedal has, even more than I'm going to tell you now, it has a tuner. You plug your mic and your guitar in, so it's a mixer. It has effects for voice. It has effects for guitar. Effects can be assigned to different buttons. It has a DI out, an XLR out to go straight into a PA speaker. So you don't need to take a mixer. You can take a mixer. I wouldn't say you shouldn't. But with this pedal, you can plug in a mic and a guitar, process both of them, and send the whole thing out to the PA. It's absolutely phenomenal. And right now it's just under $300. And no, I'm not making money from this or advertising products. But here's a product that I used professionally for years. In fact, I probably used 3 of them because I wore them out. And you're going to say, well, that's not a good sign. No, it's absolutely fine. I'm talking about using it 4 hours a day and stomping on it, and sometimes twice a day, sometimes 2 shows a day, every single day. That for me shows how much money I got from it. And that's the only thing I would use, that one pedal. And when I say I wore the buttons out, I mean, obviously you could have the buttons replaced, and one time I did. But that pedal was the heart of my rig for years. So if you're looking for something, you want a recommendation, I would say that pedal. Peter Cook, I'm just reading your comments. Sorry about that. No, that's fine, Peter. That's no problem. I'm just teasing. I'm sure I get people's names wrong all the time, but thank you. So you can see that, right? That's the TC Helicon Play Acoustic. That is my recommendation. If you just want one thing, and I'm not saying you shouldn't use a strobe tuner with it. You shouldn't use a mixer with it. I'm not saying you shouldn't use it with other stuff. You can, but it can also be the only thing you use. So if you have to run to a gig and take no gear, you can just take that and that will do the gig. It's absolutely phenomenal. For the size, it's absolutely amazing. So do you have any questions on this pedal? Again, there's so many things. It does vocal harmonies based on the guitar chord you're playing. It has a looper. And again, the buttons can be assigned to a foot switch like this. So on this foot switch here, the switch 3, this website is very slow today. The one you see down the bottom here, the switch 3, on this website, you can actually have, this could be looper only. It could be solo boost for fingerstyle or lead, loop record, loop stop, just on this one. There's also a switch 6 with 6 buttons, very long and a bit unwieldy, but very useful. Now for Alex's sake, there's no MIDI on this. The electric version had MIDI, this one doesn't. I don't know why. I think they're saving it for their flagship product, as most companies do. They kind of do those things, right? That's absolutely fine. But it's, even without MIDI and other controls, it's absolutely phenomenal what this pedal at $300 can do. It's absolutely incredible. So let me know if you've got any questions on this pedal and how I would use it, and any questions at all. It can be very simple to use. It uses presets, or it can be very advanced. Depends how you want to set it up. So this preset here could just have a certain harmony, and the next preset could have a different harmony, but everything else could remain the same. So I use it as vocal presets. Hi, Defcon Clark. Defcon Clark, I have to say thank you to you. I came to your live stream last week and you had a guest on, and your guest has kindly offered to appear on one of my songs, my cover songs. And without you, that wouldn't have happened. So thank you, my friend. If you haven't checked out Defcon Clark's YouTube channel, please go over there and subscribe at your leisure. Okay, Alec. Does it have MIDI so you can change the No, no MIDI. No MIDI. But that brings me on to the fact that I've recently upgraded this pedal. When I say upgraded, it's bigger, but it has a lot more features. It's the Voice Live 3 Extreme, which I know Defcon Clark owned and doesn't use anymore. And I know a lot of people say these pedals have issues with quality control. Well, I can't comment on that. Maybe it does, but it's amazing. Let me just find it here. It's the Voice Live 3 Extreme. Now it is more confusing to use, and if you're new to pedals and acoustic processing, I wouldn't recommend it. Because it can be, when I first had one of these years ago, it confused me. Oh, so Defcon Clark has the Play Acoustic, that's great. But it's limited, it doesn't have enough buttons, it doesn't have the MIDI, and it doesn't have recording. So this thing here, in a way, is harder to use and is more money, but it adds those sort of pro features that you might really like. So it does have MIDI. It does have both line and mic level out, not just mic level out like the Play Acoustic. It has many settings that you can customize and change that you can't in the Play Acoustic. The headphone out is much higher level. It's got a built-in headphone preamp. So it's just a more pro level version of the Play Acoustic. It's also more expensive, it's also bigger. And I also think it suffers, it loses that simplicity of what the other one gives you, but it gives you more options. Now, the one thing I don't like about these pedals is the electric amp effects. I don't think they sound great. Having said that, the guy that was on this week, Dave, used one of these in his live stream last Saturday. And I have to admit, I watched it and I was like, that sounds great. I had no problem with it. I really enjoyed the sounds. I actually thought he was using the HX Stomp, and he wasn't, which is bad because I posted a link in the HX Stomp group. I really thought, well, to be fair, he just bought one. He does own a Stomp. I thought it sounded so good he was using the Stomp. He was actually using the Voice Live 3. It goes to show that sometimes the sounds you hear can be better than the sounds when you play the device. But aside from that, the effects for the acoustic and the vocal effects, and it even records. You can record the show to like a little memory card. And when you get home, if you have a video, you could sync them up and upload it to YouTube. It's really amazing. Like, I don't understand why there's not more products like this for singer guitarists. And I really hope there will be. Because I think this is an amazing pedal, and it's an older pedal now. It's been around for a long time. So I hope we get new ones. Okay, let me see. Poo Ninja. Yeah, it is. It's becoming that, isn't it, Poo Ninja? I appreciate that. I think Jared's... You're on Jared's channel, right? He's coming on Monday to talk about electric guitars. That could be interesting. But this is growing nicely. I like it. Because I like to talk about this stuff anyway, so why not talk about it together, right? Now, Peter Cook says body res. Right. Body res is a TC Helicon effect. And all it actually is a combination of EQ, quite fairly basic EQ, and compression. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't like to be wrong, give wrong information. But what it claims to do is, it's amazing how all this ties into what I've been talking about all week, isn't it? Yesterday we had Lloyd Baggs, right? And thank you, Lloyd, for coming on. It's incredible. And Lloyd talked about the new pedal, the Soundscape, which is an IR loader. So this body res was basically their version of impulse responses. And it's nothing to do with impulse responses, but it was them trying to tame the quack of acoustic pickups to make them sound more natural. Now, I never liked it. I always thought it just kind of sounded too processed and weird. So I never used that. So what I do on this pedal is I turn that the effects of that off and just use it as a very advanced EQ. Now, of course, if you got something like the Soundscape when it releases, or the Tone Dexter or the Aura, I just heard about a new pedal from Nuix. Nuix make good stuff. They've made an IR loader as well that also does training. You could, of course, have one of those with this, and that would be a great rig. Make a little board. Of course, you could also use a HX Podgo or an HX Effects or something. I don't know. There's so many ways. The problem now is, as I'll talk to Jared about on Monday, there's so many things. There's so many things now. There's so many ways to amplify an instrument. It can get crazy. Now, Defcon Clark said, this is interesting. I think a desktop editor would be great. There is one. Someone made an unofficial editor, which supposedly works really well. So I'm gonna buy it. It's like $20. If you just Google it, Voice Live 3 editor, there is actually an editor. Now, of course, Alec, the way that he was able to make this is it uses MIDI. So he's used the MIDI ports. Actually, let me switch to the. Let me see if this video plays with the audio. Let's see. Let me know if you hear the audio. Oh, there is no audio, so that's the answer to that question. But look, so you choose your patch, and then you've got all the settings up here. So someone's actually made an editor for the Voice Live 3 for your computer, and you can use this to customize all the effects and things. It's not. I believe it's not just a preset management. It's also an effect. To customize it and everything. That's what I'm told. I don't see it on here. It might be a new version. But I'm told that you can tweak it from this and it's very powerful. So I don't see it on there, but that's what I'm told. Let me just try one more. Like if you click the reverb, I guess you can change the reverb type. I don't see the parameters though, do you? Oh, there we go. Is that it? Yeah, you see, look, you can change all the steps on there. You can change, obviously you can manage the presets. I haven't tried this yet. I need to try it. When I do, I'll get back to you. I don't see where you can actually customize effects. Okay, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to find out and get back to you. But yeah, so what was I saying? It's a great pedal. Like this is if you want more than the other one can give you and you want to pay this much money, this is a great thing to get. Okay, so on to the next thing. Oh, hang on, I've got some questions. Tone Wars, how you doing, buddy? What do you think of my new software? So if you're there, basically, I just told everyone that we are going live on Monday to discuss electric rigs. And today, I thought I would discuss my acoustic rig. A viewer said to me, what do you actually use at a gig? And I said, that's a great question. That's a great question because I review new pedals. Like I'd love to review the Podgo and all these new things that everyone's Googling, of course. But what do I actually use for a gig? That was the question. So I just covered the Play Acoustic and the Voice Live 3, the kind of heart of my acoustic rig right now. Now don't get me wrong, I'd rather use a Kemper or a Helix or something more modern than those pedals, but no one's made a pedal yet that does what those pedals do. And you have to use the pedal that does what you need, of course, right? So please confirm, Tone Wars, are we on for Monday, 4 p.m? Let me know. And then we're going to do that on Monday. We'll focus more on electric rigs on Monday. Today's more acoustic stuff and singing. Gary Roberts, hello my friend. Oh look, you're on my screen. Hey Aaron, I tried the Voice Live 3, I got frustrated with setting it up. Maybe I'm too old school, but I also require a looper with a bigger loop record time and make my board too much. Right, so here's the thing. Here's my thoughts on that. I tried the Voice Live 3 2 times before I got one recently, and I hated it. It was too much. I didn't understand it. I returned it, whatever, sold it, whatever. It took me a long time of using the Play Acoustic pedal to really want to, you know, to get really bored and want to have other stuff and to force me to do that upgrade. Oh, Tone Wars just confirmed our appointment on Monday. So tune in for that. We're going to have a good crowd, I think. So we'll basically do this for electric. We'll talk about in-ears, FR. I don't like that term. FR, real amps, synergy amps, modular amps, real amps, old school, Fender amps, pedals, real pedals, digital pedals. We might be on here for hours, Jared. We'll take your questions on that. So that will be basically be this, but with two of us, with more time and discussing electric guitar. And Jared plays metal and I play like pop and rock. So this could be very, very across the spectrum what we talk about. So let me answer. I could just do today's talk on this pedal alone because this is a huge topic. And I just had a comment from Gary. Let me bring Gary's comment up here. Now, David says he likes the body res. Well, that's fine. We all like different things. It's got its uses. I'm not going to say, I don't say anything is awful, right? There's not many products where I just say, oh, that's garbage, whatever. I'm sure you can use it. I'm sure some people use it. I'm sure it depends on the guitar, on the pickup, on the sound that you want. I'm sure it can enhance things. I just think that there's better ways to enhance things now. I would rather use an IR or just use a better pickup in the first place. But that's just my opinion. Okay? So I've got some great comments here. Okay, Gary says, hey Aaron, I tried the Voice Live 3 and I got frustrated with setting it up. Maybe I'm too old school. I also require a looper with a longer loop and record time. Now the Voice Live 3 Extreme actually has a really long record time. So that's not an issue. It also enables you to switch between sync and parallel, different ways of looping. It also has a metronome, which can be used as a kick drum, which it can come through the in-ears or through the front of the house. And it's actually a very advanced looper, in my opinion. It has MIDI clock as well. So I think you would like the looper in the Voice Live 3. But again, it's an all-in-one. There is a bit of button hopping to deal with, you know, tap dancing, and it is digital and it is a menu-driven system. Some people just don't like that. And as I said before, I didn't like that for a long time. But now I'm okay with it because I wanted the next step. And for me, that was the next step. I don't really want to get like different pedals and things. You know, I don't want to get a million different pedals on a board. I want convenience for what I'm doing. Okay, so David liked the body res. Poo Ninja, thank you. I thought so too. I had a few problems with overheating. It got to 85 in here. Today it's 78, thank goodness. So I was actually sitting here while Lloyd was talking, trying to keep everything from the camera shut down and everything shut down. And I was, oh my goodness me. But it was so worth it. And I appreciate his time. He gave me like 3 hours. And no, you don't have to watch it all at once. You can watch 5 minutes a day if you want to. It's absolutely fine. Okay, where am I? I got loads of comments. Thank you for the comments. Do you know how long the looper is? I often record 2 verses and a chorus, maybe a bridge. Not always. Yeah, no, it'll be absolutely fine. But again, it's an older product, but no one's made a product like the Voice Live 3 Extreme. If you find one used for a great price, honestly, pick one up. Do it. It's a really cool thing. But it like any computer or pedal, it takes time to learn how to use it. You know, you have to learn how to get the most from it. You can't just turn on any pedal and expect it to sound $1 million. You're going to have to put the work in. But you can obviously set it up in a very basic way to start with and then go on from there. The way I set mine up right now is there's a blue layer. When it's blue like this, it's vocal. So I have vocal reverb, delay. You can actually change all these, what these do. It's completely customizable, which is actually very useful because you can make it fit your workflow. So I have vocal effects. I press it again, it goes red. I have guitar effects. You hold it, you get the looper. So there is that, but what you could do is offset some of those to the switch 6 next to it. And that requires no power, you just plug it in. So on the 6 button switch that you can buy, you could have record start, record stop, metronome on, guitar boost, guitar. So you can assign buttons to that and then put labels on there. So you can do that. So the most important thing with this pedal is how do you set it up for your needs. That's what I would say. You can actually combine it on one screen. You could have this button here could be vocal harmony. This button here could be guitar delay. This button here could be loop. This button here could be tap tempo. So I love that about this pedal, which is something other pedals, modern pedals, don't do. You can completely customize every switch. Of course, you have to remember what they do because there's no screen on there. You have to look at this screen at the top. But you can customize it. But if you spend the time with this, I don't think there's a better product for an acoustic singer. This is the best acoustic singer pedal right now. And if you want something simple, the Play Acoustic. So again, for me, it served me for years. Absolutely incredible thing. This Extreme will even load backing tracks and things too. So this is what I like, products that are ahead of their time. This product was way ahead of its time. Same with the Fishman Aura, way ahead of its time. And I love products like that. But then sometimes people don't get them, do they? Because they're ahead of their time. Hi, Music Therapy lads. How you doing? He says, hey, bro, Poo Ninja. Peter Cook. I use the Zoom A3 with the TC Helicon vocal harmonizer. In fact, works fantastic. Even though I don't use the harmonies very much, the reverb and EQ are so good. All played through my Marshall Acoustic. Okay. Zoom, yeah, I reviewed the Zoom A14 recently, which is a great budget pedal. For the money, it's unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. Fantastic product. Now, that's another option you can do as well. You can use something like a Pod Go with an acoustic IR. Interesting idea. And you can use something like the TC Helicon, just a harmony pedal. And a lot of people do that. So you could use something like this. The only problem with this is it's $200, which is the same price as the Play Acoustic. And it only has a tone control for your voice, a reverb, and a harmony. That's it. And you have to bend down to change it. So I would never recommend this pedal over the Play Acoustic. If you want something, get the Play Acoustic, use it mainly for your vocals, and then add your guitar. I mean, something like a Pod Go and a Play Acoustic would be a great combination. But if you want an all-in-one, the Voice Live 3 Extreme is hard to beat. Again, as Chad Boston says, in my opinion. All right, Chad, he's not here. I use the TC Play Electric. Yeah, that's an option too. They stopped making them though. The lack of lights on external foot switches. Yep, we wish they would add lights to the foot switches like Helix does, but again, it's an older product, so we haven't got that yet. I now use a Boss AD10. Oh. I now use a Boss AD10 on my board at home. Picked up a Boss VE8. I tried the VE8 once. I really liked it, the acoustic one, but there was some, again, it was all hidden. The menus were all hidden away. The TC Helicon for me is much more easy to navigate. It has a screen, but it also has a screen that you can navigate easily. So let me I want to make these comments stay up longer on the screen. Is Tone Wars still there? If you're still there, I might bring you on Skype to say hi to everyone. If you want, let me know. And you've got to add me on Skype to do that as well, because we're not friends yet. Oh, no, we are. Excuse me. I'm going to make your comments stay up longer. I'm going to do 30 seconds, because they keep disappearing on me. Okay. Right, so I wouldn't go this route, but again, if you want the smallest thing, you could get the Harmony Singer. Okay? So I've already spoke for half an hour on this one pedal alone. Other things that I use, I'll just go through my whole rig for you. I use Mogami cables. I'm not sponsored by them. The reason I use them is because they are excellent quality cables, as you can see here, and they are very expensive, or let's say they're not cheap, but they have a lifetime warranty, and you walk in with one of these to Guitar Center and say it's broken, they'll give you a new one, brand new. Sometimes they might say they don't do that anymore. That's simply not true. They do have a lifetime warranty, and they will replace them with a new one. And I don't really have them break, so I'm super happy with these cables. So I got the Play Acoustic or the Voice Live 3, depending on the size I want and then my mindset of that gig. I have the Mogami cables. I then do something quite cool. I have a mic stand. I like a really heavy duty mic stand, so if someone knocks into you, it doesn't knock your teeth out. But here's the thing. I use a very light mic stand, and the reason is, I'm actually using it right now for my mic up here. The reason I use that is that I've made a mic stand carrying bag, and I put a strap on it. Well, a friend of the family did. I can wear that like a sling over my shoulder, and I can actually take the train. Because sometimes, well, I used to take the subway all the time, so I'd have the guitar on my back in a Mogami gig bag, fantastic gig bags that are no longer made, sadly. I'd have the mic stand over my shoulder, very light, so it wouldn't add any weight to my back, even though it's not as durable as the heavy one, which I would prefer if I was driving. And then I'd have a bag, and in that bag I'd have the Voice Live 3, or the Play Acoustic, because it's in this particular bag, Play Acoustic, Switch 6 or Switch 5 or Switch 3, whatever you want, and all my cables. And the mic I use is the Sennheiser 935, which is this one here. Oh, Tone Wars is driving. Okay. Well, we're going to do it on... Let me know what you think of my new software, Tone Wars. That's Jared, because I'm going to use this on Monday. I think it's really cool. We can bring the comments in like this. This is a fantastic mic. Now, I will say this, don't run out and buy this mic because I use it. Microphones suit different voices. You have to decide, what kind of voice do I have? What mic will complement my voice? And it's not exactly easy to try different mics, but if you do have a baritone male voice like me, then you can't really go wrong with this mic. And the price is good, the durability is good. And what I do personally, as you may have seen in one of my videos, is I buy new grills from fullcompass.com. And every year or 6 months, I completely replace the entire grill. But again, only when I'm playing all the time. If I'm not playing all the time, like right now, I won't do that. I'll just clean it with some water, some solution. But if you're playing all the time, it's great with this one because you can actually take it off and replace the grill, which is a nice option. And I love the look of the mic. I love the sound of the mic. I've had no issues with the mic. So this is my mic that I've been using again for a long time. And it's one thing to do a gear review and say, hey, this glass of water is the best glass of water I've played today, and it's awesome. That means nothing. You know what means something really is when you use stuff to make money with it. So these are the products today that I've used to make a living. And that's why I can endorse them. I'm not saying I won't change my mind. I'm not saying I won't find something better. But this is what has paid the bills. This stuff is the real deal, right? I'll get onto a band gig in a second, but this is the acoustic rig. I think I've covered everything. I mean, that I use the G7 capo. You know I use the G7 capo. You know I use the Peterson clip-on tuner. Maybe not if I've got the Play Acoustic with me, because I'll just use that, but I would use this at home or when I'm doing intonation. I use these all the time, these G7s. And there's really not much else. Isn't that fantastic? What's fantastic about that rig is that I can run in and set up in 5 minutes and start playing. Now the speaker I use is a QSC K8, and I'll tell you why. This is the last piece of my rig. And please share in the comments what you guys use, because I'm sure we all use completely different stuff. I used the K8 for a while, and then they brought out the K8.2, so I decided to upgrade, as they say. And I used to have the 10s, which is this one, and I wanted something smaller. I did use an AER amp for a while, but I think you can't beat a real PA speaker. So I just got a single 8-inch K8.2. Great speaker, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let me just get some more comments up here. You just read through. Please subscribe if you haven't, because I'm almost up. I've almost hit another milestone. What about running your acoustics to an amp like the Vox VXT series or Katana and acoustic amp simulator pedal built-in? Well, I'm not. The acoustic simulators are usually to make an electric sound like an acoustic, so I'm not really a big fan of that. Sometimes it can work. This is all trial and error. Some people play an acoustic guitar through an electric amp and love it. Acoustic amps are a great option. I've got the Hughes and Kettner to review, which does sound really good and gives you another EQ stage to hear your guitar through. So an acoustic amp is a great option, but the problem is an acoustic amp will not do all the venues. It might do a coffee shop, but if you're going to ask me what should I buy for my acoustic gig, I'm not going to say get a 60-watt acoustic amp, because it will do the coffee shop, but it won't do anything else. I would say if you want one thing, get the K8.2, because this will do any gig you've ever been asked to do, anything. And if it doesn't, if you're doing an arena where they have a sound engineer, then you're going to have this as a monitor. But any bar, any wedding, this is going to do for $650. Amazing. And if you join a band or something, you can buy another one and have a PA system. So this is a really fantastic thing. Again, Tone Wars, just so you know, someone asked me, what do you actually use? All this gear you review, but what do you actually play through at a gig that you get paid for? So that's what I'm talking about today. For acoustic, singer-songwriter stuff, this is what I use. So this thing is absolutely incredible. It does have an LCD and a few presets. I don't really use them. I plug that Voice Side 3 Extreme straight into the input here and set it to line level. That then gives me another input with a mic level, or if I use this one on the right, the B input, I then have a mic level. I can plug a mic straight in for speeches or for a guest singer. And it has another input here if I wanted that little mini stereo in for 3. So I've basically got additional channels, additional mic input, loads of power, 2000 watts, loads of headroom, never ever had a problem with it not being loud enough. Decent dispersion, because dispersion varies on different size speakers. This one has a wide dispersion, relatively. And it's not too heavy. If you look at the weight, because let's face it, this stuff is an issue as well. If you're carrying this thing around. Now it's 27 pounds. I still don't want to take that on a subway, but I would take it in a cab and it would do any gig. So if I then have to take a subway, okay, I might get something like the Bose S1 Pro. Again, it won't do every venue, but it will do every small venue is what I've found. But you see, it's the same price. It does have a few more features, but this is a great thing to have as a backup, and you could even combine the two together if you wanted to. Let me come back to your comments. Can you hear that plane? Right next to the airport here. Hey Brad. I've been using the Harmony G for about 6 years. Never let me down. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's another variation of what we're talking about. I think that's slightly older, but it's, again, if that size and that format fits your needs, that would work great. Let me just bring it up on the screen. TC Harmony G. It just obviously doesn't do as much as the Play Acoustic, but you might want this form factor. I did own one of these at one time. So yeah, you've got less features, no screen, but again, if you want that form factor, it could be a good option. Again, there's no MIDI. So I wouldn't recommend this over the Play Acoustic, but it's certainly a good product. I'm sure the effects and everything are just as good, and if it fits your pedal board, then go for it. But I still think personally the Play Acoustic is the one. or the Voice Live 3 Extreme, but obviously it's bigger and more expensive. Okay. That tone control is very cool. Which tone control, Peter? Oh, on the Boss? Yeah, well, I thought that too, which is why I got the Boss pedal. Is it the Boss VE8? It's good, and some of the effects sound really good. I tell you what I love about this pedal is the squishy buttons. Really clever. And don't get me wrong, I do love hands-on stuff. I am old school. But the problem is, what if you knock one of those controls on the way? Or what if you want to change something internally? You have to press this button, hold this button, press this button, hold this one, turn it this way, turn it that way. For me, it's not a workflow that I enjoy. For me, and it also doesn't have MIDI or anything. You know, it's a great pedal. I did like this a lot, and you check it out if you're interested. But I mean, it's a one-button looper, which isn't great for me, and it's just not. You know, I don't think the Play Acoustic menu system is hard at all. It's just screens that go left to right, and you just go through them, and you just copy and paste them. It's not that hard. If you just spend a few minutes, you'll get into it. This thing for me may appear easier at face value, but I feel like in the long run, it's going to be more of a hassle. Like even the preset, it doesn't tell you what it does, it just says 0, 1. Well, what's that? On the Play Acoustic, it says harmony. 2 says vocal delay. 3 says higher harmony. So I mean, of course, different workflows, different people, but for me, this thing is not, it's a good like instant plug and play thing, but it's not really, it didn't work for me in the long run, you know? Gary said, great mic. I have 3 of those. Oh, wow. 3? 935s? Well, I guess I've got a bunch of different mics, but I only use that one, so maybe I should have 3 of those as well. Oh, I've never used it as a drum overhead. Wow. Yeah. I love all my mics. My vocal mic is Sennheiser, my shotgun mic. I think my amp mic, they're all Sennheiser. I do have some Shores, and they're great too. But I was saying, Gary, what you need to do is find the mic that complements your voice. Because a female with a high-pitched voice may want a different mic to a male with a low voice. And there's also different kinds of mics, condenser, dynamic, different things like that. We keep going through. Let me come back to my main screen. I'm getting lazy with that. There I am. Hi there. Guitar, well, we'll get to that. That'll be the last thing I talk about. Maury uses an OM28V. Yes, his famous road-worn by himself 28V. Trans Audio Amulet M. I have a demo of that on my page. Look it up. The Radial PZ Deluxe, the Shure Beta 58, and the Bose 01. Maury, your rig is completely different to mine, and that's absolutely fine, isn't it? Because we all use different stuff. Oh, Doug Young. Maury, Doug Young just confirmed for an interview on the show. Doug Young does a lot with acoustic guitar pickups. On his website, he actually has like demos of acoustic guitar pickups. So check that out. I'm just looking to, oh, my phone's crashed. That's all right. So, where am I? Yeah, Maury. So, Maury, I like this stuff. I do like the OM Martins. The Trance is a good pickup. The Radial PZ, I've heard good things about it. The Beta 58, I used to use that. The L1, I have used that. That is a good one. So, and I've heard your sound, Maury. It's great. So, no problems there. Remember, this is just the stuff that I'm using. That I noticed, though, you don't have any loopers or harmonies or anything. So, some people don't want that. But I do think, for me, I like those things. They add, I'm always trying to add to the sound. I used to be very traditional and minimal, and now I like to add to try and get a bigger sound. I even explored backing tracks last Sunday. Not sure I want to go that route. I found a very interesting way of doing it, which was cool, but I'm not sure I'm ready for that yet. We'll see. Maybe I'll join a cruise ship or something. I would do that, but that backing tracks can become a bit too like they trap you in one thing, right? But I'm not against it, and I'm definitely going to explore that more. I found a cool app called Prime, which isn't quite for me right now, but it's a really interesting app. I'll cover that another day. The Bose, yeah, again, the Bose stuff is great. The Bose L1 is a different approach. It's a tower system. It radiates the sound. That in certain venues that can be phenomenal, and for certain people maybe not. But that definitely has its place. Definitely worth talking about on another show. Great info. No, you're welcome. Thank you for the question, because you gave me the idea for today's show, which I would not have had before. And the thing is, that's a nice thing for me to do, just to come on and say, right, what should we talk about today? And you say, well, tell us about, because again, a bit like yesterday's chat, which was 3 hours long, I could sit and chat about each thing for 3 hours. We don't want to do that. Maybe in the future you can say, let's talk about the Beat Buddy. How have you used it? Let's talk about the QSC. Like, where have you used it? Have you any problems with them over the years? What have your friends said about them? What are the options? Where should I buy them from? We could do an hour just on a PA speaker, honestly. L1 is the name. Yeah, the original Bose Tower was the L1. I wonder if they'll make a new version of that eventually. I imagine they will. Yep, I tried one once in a band, but the problem in the band is with it behind you, you can just blast your ears out. The sound was really well dispersed, but you can really just, if you start cranking it, you're going to have some feedback and blow your ears out. So you have to use them in the right way. Doug, yeah, I'm really happy about it. Doug, he just sent me a message on here right now. Said he's happy to come on, so I'll figure out when he's coming on. And then Maury and I are also going to do some Martin-specific guitar videos. So watch out for those. We're going to do a hangout where we just talk about one specific Martin guitar. Okay. Gary Roberts, I use the Bose L1 Compact. It is clean and never offends listeners who are super close. It also provides great near-field monitoring so I hear what the audience is hearing. Yeah, that's the thing with those towers, the Bose towers. You're going to get the same sound that the audience gets, which is great for a solo act. But you're also going to get, obviously, there's two ways to think about this. Do you want a PA speaker on a stand, and do you want them at the front and crank them? Do you want them behind you? I actually put mine behind me and have it up high, so I never get feedback really. And it means I can kind of hear what the audience hears, although of course it won't be exactly the same thing, but I get a monitor and they get a PA speaker. Do you want to have them like beside you? Or do you want to have a Bose beside you and you hear... I'm not against the Bose, don't get me wrong. I would love to own one. I think they're great for solo acoustic players. But the reason I like the QSC stuff is it can get very loud and it is very portable because it's just one box and not the tower. I guess I've got the stand, but whatever. It's something that I can then use in a band as well. It's something where I've got two K8s and two K10s. So I can have two K10s on speakers, two K8s as monitors. It's more of a modular system, but I do love the Bose. And also with the Bose, think about, like, I remember the reason I didn't have one in England is that some pubs would have a low ceiling and some musicians said it was too low for the Bose. So there are a few design things with those. I think the mixer they make is awesome. I love the idea of the sound dispersion and not blowing out the audience's ears. I think that's great. I also have a weird thing about reliability. Let me give you a scenario and you can tell me if I'm overthinking this. But just imagine, this is how my brain works, right? You show up to a gig in the car and you have the Bose tower system and your guitar and your cables and everything. So you plug in the Bose system and you turn it on and one of the connectors in the poles is broken and it doesn't turn on. Okay, you might say we'll have a backup, but that's the scenario. I guess in my mind, if I show up with a PA system and one of the speakers doesn't turn on, I've then got three other speakers. So I get that might be a weird thing to say, but that's how, when I look at a new piece of gear, that's how my brain works. I'm like, is it going to be, could there be something that goes wrong? Or and then with the Bose, like, where will I be able to position it? Will they put me in like a corner this big and I can't even have the Bose there? I don't know. I always think of the worst scenario with this stuff, and I think sometimes I do that. That's a bad thing, you know. But that is something to consider when you buy a piece of gear. But I do agree with all Gary's points about it being good for the audience, not being too loud. Anything that spreads sound out evenly is obviously a good thing. Because what's the number one comment that I get at my gigs? Can you turn it down, please? I loop on occasion with a Jamman stereo. Yeah, the Jamman stereo is a a great looper. And yeah, I'm a big fan of looping, but again, the more I play, maybe I don't want to say more bored I get, but the more I play, the more I want to try new things. So that's why I started adding loopers and vocal effects and, but that stuff, you have to be careful with that stuff. You have to use it tastefully and practice with it because it's very easy to mess that stuff up. Peter Cook. The little round press button with the red mini light. I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. Are you talking about the boss right now? Like a tone control? Sorry, I'm confused. Let me know. Oh, here we go. On the TC Helicon Harmony Singer. Harmony Singer. Let me just see. Ah, yes. The tone control? Yeah. So what this is on all the TC products. This is an automatic tone control. You press it in and it gives you a clearer sound with less popping, more compression. It's like a sound engineer fixing your voice for you. It doesn't do tuning and stuff, it's the tone, right? Now, on the Play Acoustic, there's actually presets for that. You can have less bright, more bright. So if I do have the speaker behind me and it's feeding back, I can put it on less bright and it fixes that. I can actually get that speaker very loud behind me without feedback. So that's cool on that one. On the VoiceLive 3 Extreme, I don't think it has presets, but I think you can actually adjust every parameter yourself. So the VoiceLive 3 Extreme is more of a pro in-depth pedal. The Play Acoustic is like semi-pro, and I'm not labeling. I mean, I use that professionally for years, but in the way they market it, and then the Harmony Singer is more of a grab and go, just hit that button and play. Now, there's pros and cons to all those things, right? There's something great about having a button with no controls and just going bing and let's play the gig, but the problem with that is there's no flexibility, and at the same time, it's nice to have all the different controls to tweak, but then you might get lost in tweaking and never know if you've done a good job. So again, that's why the Play Acoustic is a good option, because it has 5 options. So you have variety without being too complicated. Right. But I agree, the TC Helicon stuff, it really does. Yeah, it makes a world of difference. This TC Helicon stuff is phenomenal because they've thought about how a singer, guitarist plays, what they need, and they've given it to us. And no one else does that. Okay, Kemper and Helix for electric players are fantastic and much better sounding than these pedals. But they don't really do voice. Like, no one else does harmonies. I think Headrush just put vocal harmonies into the looper board, stuff like that. But the thing is, it's not done as well yet as this. The algorithm that TC uses is so amazing. It's awesome. They did a great job. And I just hope they come back with a new... I hear they're working on the VoiceLive 4, but they've only just started. We're probably talking about another 12, 18 months, so I wouldn't hold out for that. It may never happen. Yeah, Gary agrees with you, yeah. Now, Gary's actually heard my K8 at a gig. It wasn't with the venues, but I made the venue get the same speaker, or I asked them to get the same speaker as me, so when I show up, I'm used to the speaker and it's the same settings for my rig. He actually wanted to get a Bose, which was a good idea. But Gary, how do you think the Bose would work at Tommy Bahama? I think he was thinking it would be lower level, because sometimes people do ask me to turn down. Interestingly enough, at Tommy Bahama, I have the speaker on the stand and there's people sitting behind the speaker. It's always the people sitting behind the speaker that want me to turn it down. Like you get some sound from the back of the speaker too, and it's always there. So weird, so weird. I almost thought about using these in-ears, just so I can have the volume off. But then I'm just kind of trying to start a fight, right? Yeah, sure, I'll just turn it off. I can hear myself, it's fine. I find the Bose disperses the sound more widely while same before. Yes, well, I agree. A PA speaker, like a guitar amp, is more directional, which can be good, can be bad. A Bose is more spreading the sound. Can be good, can be bad, right? But both great products. They're both at the top. I mean, if someone said to me, what should I get? I'd say consider the Bose L1 tower, the full tower, with a backup, and consider the K8.2 or 2 of them with a backup. They're definitely up there for me. Now, I haven't tried everything else, so don't take that as stone, but that's what I'd recommend. Peter Cook just bought the Beat Buddy. Awesome. Loving it for my acoustic and double bass duo. Yep. I think the duo is where that thing shines. Because if you've got an acoustic guitar or electric guitar and a bassist, you really want the drums. And that's what the Beat Buddy does. I'm struggling a little bit at times using this solo. Because for me, solo acoustic guitar with just drums, like I'm missing the bass. So I would use this and then add the bass on top with an octave pedal or something. But I think where this absolutely shines, and I know a friend of mine's using it for this purpose, is if you have a bass player and you're a guitar player, and this adds the drums. And then you could use something like the TC pedal to add the harmonies if the other person doesn't sing. Then you can create like a 3-piece, 4-piece band sound. It's really cool. I also, Peter, I don't know if you have this, but I have this card as well. You can buy this separately. It's the Premium Library SD card. It gives you a load of extra songs and things on the card, good to go. So I like that. Yeah, this is a great pedal. I love practicing with it. I love playing with it. And I think for a duo, you'd be crazy not to buy one of these. If you've got a duo or you want to start a duo, get this pedal. Honestly, incredible. For the solo thing, I'm still playing around with it, but there is some percussion. I think then it becomes about how you mix it, the level you have it set to, and any reverb and effects, stuff like that. Okay. Well, I need to take a glass of water because I've been talking non-stop for an hour. I hope that was interesting and useful. Did I miss anything? Oh, I didn't cover the guitar. Okay. Maury's waiting for me to give him a plug. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Maury, I use a Taylor acoustic. Just kidding. No, don't put that. Delete. Okay, you want to know which guitar I recommend for you to get? Okay, I'll show you. Maury, tell me if they still make these. I don't know. Oh, actually, I should be on Maury's site. Oh, he won't mind. Maury sells these too. And if I'll tell you what, I'm not kidding this time. If you're looking for a Martin acoustic guitar, call Maury's Music. That's not a plug. Well, it is a plug, so that's fine. Now, this says available soon. I think they might not make these anymore, which is sad. But something similar to this is what I would advise. And I'll tell you why. And Gary Roberts will agree with me because he bought one after seeing me play one. I'm not playing one of these right now. I do own one. It's a cutaway, which is useful if you're going to do looping, right? It's a dreadnought, which is nice if you want that big full sound. Not essential. You could get a smaller body guitar, like the Acoustasonic is a great guitar if you want something really small, if you play a lot of electric. But if you want that big kind of dreadnought sound and feel, and a great pickup, the Anthem, we had bags on yesterday, this would be my recommendation. Great guitar, very well made. Great plugged in sound, great playability with the what do you call it? They level the frets, the plec. That's it. They plec the frets, and just a great instrument. Now, obviously, you haven't got to buy this, but something similar to this is what I'm hinting at. Definitely, I would get this pickup installed. Yeah, let me know. I don't think they make these anymore. I always get sad when they stop making a model that I really admire. Let me come back to the comment. But I do want to mention some other guitars too. You know, I've had the Acoustasonic on here. I know it's a bit controversial, and I know some traditionalists will not be interested. But if you play electric guitar and you want to loop, I would consider something like this because it will feel like your electric guitar feels, and it will give you those extra sounds and things as well. So I do think this is a great stage guitar. Let me come to I bet I've just caused a kerfuffle in the comments. Let me see what you guys are saying. Jason Carter, no problem, my friends. Great to see you. Thank you for all of your support. Tomorrow I'm going to play songs. Tomorrow I'm going to try streaming to Facebook and YouTube. See, I'm going to be very adventurous tomorrow. And I think this software allows me to bring in comments from both. We'll see. Remember, you're always able to go back and watch again. Hi from Germany. Is it Guten Tag? Guten Tag? Guten Tag? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am. Line arrays like that are great. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying they're not. I just don't own one. Haven't got that much experience with one. But I do think that could be that should definitely be on your consideration list. The Bose Tower and also the conventional PA like the QSCs. Okay. It's been hot here. I had a few beers and balcony fell asleep. Ah, you should set your alarm. Yeah, it's 79 here right now. Yesterday it was 85 in this room. It was absolutely crazy. My camera overheated. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for that. So guitars, I mean, I can't really. Again, the point of this video is what do I use, right? Well, as you know, I have a few guitars. So I've used the Maton, very good. Maton Nashville's amazing. The one behind me, the Rain Song with the Anthem, amazing. If you want carbon fiber, you know I love Martin guitars. The Anthem is a great system. You know, not perfect, but amazing to plug in for certain styles, well, most styles. Acoustasonic is a great modern option if you want electric sounds. Again, it doesn't sound like a Strat, but it has that flavor, has more sounds than just a straight up acoustic. Maury would say the OM28 guitar. Don't forget the SC, the Martin SC that's coming out. That's worth considering too. And yes, some people say it's only a basic pickup, but remember we've got the Soundscape and some other pedals coming out where you could actually enhance that sound or that pickup. So it doesn't really matter what pickup you have. You could also replace this pickup with a Baggs Anthem if you wanted to. So that's so personal. Like if I had to choose one, it'd probably be the HDC with the Anthem. I also have an HD28 with a K&K, which can be great with like a Tone Dexter or a Soundscape. I can't really answer that. If I had to choose one, I'd say the HDC Anthem, but only because it's all built in, ready to go, great playing, great sounding, reliable, blah, blah, blah. The guitar is really up to you. I would choose the instrument that you want and then choose the PA and the other stuff. You know, get the guitar with the pickup that you want and then get the other stuff around it. If you want me to recommend a pickup, like I said, the Anthem pickup will go into any guitar pretty much and will allow you. I would not get the SL because it's got limited features. For the extra $100, the extra features you get and flexibility, I would definitely get the full version. Again, I like many pickups. This is not a full endorsement for this pickup, but you asked me what I use, and lately I've been using this. I've also been using the AP5 Pro and the Maton. Very similar design and also fantastic plugged in. I've also been using the Tone Dexter with the K&K before that, and that also sounded good. This is a whole new subject, the subject of pickups. You should watch my demos that I do. Choose a guitar you want to play, the body shape and everything, the brand, all that stuff, the price. And then if that doesn't come with a good system from the manufacturer, add something in and use my pickup reviews to choose the one for you based on how you play, what you play, the style you play. I can't just give a one size fits all. And indeed, all these products I'm talking about, I'm not doing that today. I'm not giving a one size fits all. So I'm just saying what I would use. You asked, the question was, what would I use at a gig tonight? And that is my answer. I'm going to Maury's site to see if they have any of those guitars. Ah, here we go. Grab it while you can. Give Maury a call. Tell him I sent you. Look at this. That's nice. Ambertone. What do you think of this, Gary Roberts? Look at that. Very nice. Ambertone, Anthem, colorway. I like the straight. I'm always looking for a clean top and straight grain like that on the sides. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Now, oh, this has got the Grand Tunes on. That's all right. They're not using the Grand Tunes now, I know, but I have these on mine. So they look pretty. I love the vintage tuners. Awesome. No, that's really great. That's a great guitar. That might be the last one. I'd like to know if they've discontinued these. Maury is the person to ask. All right, I'm going to go through the comments and start wrapping up. This has been really fun, though. Thank you for joining me. Abend is evening, Tag is morning. Oh, okay. So I can say Guten Tag until 5 p.m.? Not really, right? But I don't know how to say that first word, so I'm not going to try. I have to do some lessons. Tip jar at the ready, I hope. Super chats are always open, my friends. Feel free to send me a super chat anytime. Always, never expected, always appreciated. But yes, I will have a picture of a tip jar on the screen because I wanna, you know, I'm playing songs. I'm playing cover songs. Of course I will. Ivan, what about strap bends? Strap bends? I don't understand that. Do you mean guitar strap? Do you mean... I don't know. Can you elaborate, please, Ivan, and I'll answer your question. Peter Cook, let's all agree that Bags Anthem is the only way to go. Well, that's a topic for another day. If I had to give you the system to plug and play for any guitar, yes, it would be the Anthem. I love it. But it's not the be and end all. I can't say it's the only thing. You know, there's things about the K&K which are great. There's things about the Matrix which are great. There's things about other pickups that are great. But the Bags Anthem as a third-party install pickup for most players is very hard to go wrong with it. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, Jason, you got me thinking, like, maybe we should try and do, like, a Guinness World Record. Because, I mean, I'm starting to lose my voice now. This is a lot of talking. But maybe I could do a Guinness World Record of, like, live stream. I mean, when Jared from Tone Wars goes live, he does 3 hours often. And I've been doing, like, an hour or two. So I bet we could easily talk about gear for... Well, the problem is my camera would overheat, as you saw before. The camera overheats. I wouldn't make it through. But yeah, with a regular webcam and that, we could try and do like the world's longest live stream. Although the YouTube probably cuts you off anyway. But Pete Thorne, yeah, Pete Thorne uses the Anthem. Yes, he does. But we don't see your screen. Which screen? You can see me right now, right? So right now you see me. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. Sorry, excuse me. What's wrong with me? I didn't show you my desktop. There we go. Sorry about that. Look, this is what Maury has right now. Total plug for Maury's music. I hope he's still there. Isn't that great? That's an amber tone. Yes, he is. So this is a great guitar because it's a real acoustic, big body. As long as you know, I mean, I'm 6'5", so I like a bigger guitar, but you could get a smaller body guitar like an OMC instead, smaller body guitar. But Anthem built in, battery compartment built in the back. It's easy to change the battery. Colorway, nice looking guitar. Very hard to go wrong with something like that. That's a lifetime guitar, that is. It's awesome. But like I said, other options as well. But yeah, you said to me, what would I take? So okay, so I guess to sum up, what I would take to a gig tonight, if I had one, would be the Voice Live 3 Extreme. Would have been the Play Acoustic for many years, but now the Voice Live 3 Extreme. In a bag with my Megami cables, my E935 Sennheiser microphone, guitar stand on my back, Iridium gig bag, which is no longer made, with the Martin HTC 28 or the Rainsong or the Acoustasonic or the Maton, depending on my mood and what guitar I want to take at the time. But certainly can't go wrong with this Martin guitar. If you want to buy a Martin guitar, call Maury right now and buy this one. And yeah, I mean, there's sometimes like, you know, obviously the capo, the tuners, the picks I use are, again, didn't even cover these picks yet. I love these Jim Dunlop Jazz 3XL. I love these. I've used these for years. Don't know why I haven't covered these on the show. Amazing. Have these in my jeans, in my pants pocket, whatever. I might take like a horse kick, like the Ortega Horse Kick Pro. I might take that. I might take, you know, some tracks on a phone. I don't know. I might take other things, but the core of my rig is what I just said. Strap locks. So for acoustic, I don't use strap locks. For acoustic, I don't need them because when you put the strap on the back pin, the cable locks it in anyway. On this particular guitar we're looking at, so I don't use them for acoustic. For electric, I used to, not anymore. I just make sure I double up the strap so it doesn't come off, and I know I like strap locks, but I don't really like those things flying around, and I just didn't bother putting them on the new guitar. So they're good. I recommend them if you want to use them. But if I do use them, I just use the who makes strap locks, whoever makes the main ones. I just use those. I had them before. They're good. My homework is not finished. Okay, yeah, well, I'm still working on my English, so I have to work on my German. I did go to Germany once. I went to where did I go to? There's an airport there. Dortmund? Oh, I went to Dortmund once, years ago. The breakfast was very good. So thank you, everyone. That is my solo acoustic rig as of April 2020. Always subject to change, always looking for new gear. But you're absolutely right. I never actually reviewed the gear that I actually use. And that is the gear that I actually use. Oh, that's cool. So that is the gear that I actually would take on a gig for an acoustic show. Now, for electric shows, I do love my strap behind me. Right now I own some Helix things, a Kemper thing, an amp. I'm not going to talk about that today because I don't do many band gigs. When I do, I usually end up just taking the smallest thing possible, to be honest with you, which is kind of sad. At home, I like to use the Helix or the Kemper for a real amp. But we're going to talk about this on Monday with Jared. And I think we could be here for a while. So join us on Monday at 4 p.m. with some snacks and some water. We're going to talk about electric. We'll do this for electric guitar. And we'll do it from his side, from my side. We'll take questions. We'll discuss things. We may have to, I don't know. We may have to go off and, do something, break it into many parts. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's a huge, huge topic. Well, I had 112 comments today. That's incredible. Thank you so much. If you haven't, please subscribe and share my channel. I'm almost at, I'm trying to get to 5,000. And I'm not far off that. I'm at 4,597. So I'm trying to get up to 5,000. If you like the software I'm using, it's called Ecamm Live. So do check it out. It's really cool. And look, I could even give myself a round of applause. Thank you. You can hear that, right? So the only thing, I just love this software. The only thing that's bugging me with this software right now, before I hang up the phone, is that when I go to desktop, you should hear some music. So let me try going to, what site can I go? I want to try and play some music to see if this is working. No, I don't want to go there. I want to go somewhere with a video. That's right. Please hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Oh, I've always wanted the Gretsch since the Edge played one for the. Yeah, I tried Gretsch guitars last year in Nashville. I met a distributor that had them, and it was really, really cool. Here we go. Right, let's see if we can hear this.
Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. We have a special guest joining us in the studio today. Chris Martin is here. Great to see you.
Thanks.
Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us.
Pleasure to be here.
You did a couple of talks for the sales engineers this morning. You have a public event tonight, and tomorrow there's a big event going on.
Right, you can hear that, right? You can hear that. Am I right? So, let me try Logic again, just before I leave you. Let me know if you can hear this. No, you can't, right? I wonder why that is. It doesn't play. Try one more time. That should. Is that work? Can you hear? Oh no. No, you can't hear that, right? You can't hear the guitar. Could you hear that electric guitar playing? Thank you, Jason. Yeah, I like it too. I love this software. Ecamm. If you've got a Mac, Ecamm Live. Chris Martin. Please tell me. So you could hear Chris talking, right? I can see that on my screen. But when I'm playing, you should hear electric guitar playing through on Logic right now. You can't hear that, right? Because on my screen it says you can't hear it. Yeah, I don't know why that is. That's obviously a Logic Pro setting. Okay. I will contact them and ask them why Logic is not playing then. That's really cool. That's good to know. Hear my mouse clicking. Yeah, you hear this, right? And you hear the sound effects, right? Okay, no problem. Well, I think I'll wrap up then. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a great hangout. I had awesome comments. I love talking about gear, so to do it live like this is phenomenal. If you want me to cover anything in detail or have a subject, just message me off the site and let me know what you want me to do, or leave a comment below. Like I said, well, Monday, join me for electric guitars with Jared, hanging out. A big topic. Maybe we'll make that if that goes well, we can make it a series. Like today, I covered so many things so quickly. It was too quick. So I'd love to, like I said, I'd love to break that down. There we go. That's better. I'd love to break that down in the future and have less things and be more specific about. I could do an hour on this. You know, I could talk about this for an hour and why I like this. So today was like an overview. Yeah. Hey, I'm real late. Yeah, I'm just wrapping up. Don't worry though. This will be available to watch at the end. You can watch it back. And like I said, I'm doing these every day. I'm live every day, Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. I either have a guest, I have a tutorial, or I have the Hangout Q&A. Please let me know Q&A topics to cover. There's many to cover. Saturday is cover songs. I'll be live tomorrow with cover songs. Yep, Patsy Smith, I'll see you tomorrow night at 4 p.m. New York City time. We hear the clapping as the software. Yeah, so a quick overview before I go. OBS is free on every platform. It's really good, but the graphics are not as nice as this, and you can't do things like bring the text in, as far as I know, but it's free, okay? I was using that for a long time. I then tried StreamYard. It's only 720p, not 1080. The one I'm using right now will go up to 4K, but I'm using 1080. So that's why I didn't want StreamYard, and it seemed limited when I tested it on the show. So I then tried, that's two I've tried, then I tried this one, and this blew me away. This is like the best of both. It's got the easy interface of StreamYard, but with the features of OBS and more. There's a trial for 14 days. I paid for this because I want to live stream all the time, so I bought it. It's not too bad. It's like a couple $100. There's 3 different versions. It's like $200 or a bit more than that for a whole year. And then I also applied today to be an affiliate. So if you want to get this, please wait. If they approve me for the affiliate, I'll put the link below. Please use that if you're going to get it, because it would give me like another 2 months extra for free. So if you want to get this, Dan, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Maury. Maury, did you see that? I put your guitar on the screen. I told everyone if they're looking for a good stage guitar, they should give you a call. 4 p.m. is 6. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't, that's not too bad, right? It'd be like a breakfast concert. But remember, if you can't join me live, then watch me during the day, because as soon as I finish, it puts the video up and you can watch it at your leisure. Peter, okay, thanks, Peter. I've had so many comments. I'll just say thank you to everyone. Join me Monday for a long hangout on electric guitars with Jared. Should be a good crowd that night because his people will be here too. If you've got any friends with YouTube, please send them my link, especially if they play music. Well, of course, if they play music. Although I do have that version. My cover version of The Gambler is getting real close. So hopefully anyone that likes songs will enjoy that. Please ask them to subscribe. I want to hit 5K as soon as I can. Maury said he was on the phone with a customer. Oh, Maury. What, a customer is more important than my show? My friend, you need to get your priorities straight. Come on. I was just showing them this guitar, Maury, if you're there. You might get a phone call for someone to buy this. Look, the Ambertone HDC. Do they not make these anymore, Maury? If they don't, then someone should snag this one because it's a great instrument. Okay, again, I'm not saying this is the only guitar I endorse. This is just one of them. It's a great model. Hey Glenn, how you doing, my friend? Been a long time. I've seen you streaming too. I enjoy your songs. He says, yes, a breakfast show. That's right. Peter Cook, thanks, Aaron. It was great. Love your passion, knowledge. You're an inspiration. Oh, thank you. I mean, one thing I've realized lately is that the music is what's really important. The people and the music are important. The gear is just, the gear is the toys, right? But when you get the right gear, it makes you play well and makes you play better music, that's for sure. But it's really the music that's important. So don't forget that. But I'm happy to talk about gear anytime because it's fun. Oh, thank you. Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you for your support. All I ask is that you join me every day and join in the conversation and tell people about this and get me some, I'm not saying force people to subscribe, but please feel free to, you could share my links on your social media and say if you're into music, songs, or talking about gear to to subscribe. It's free to subscribe. And there's going to be some good stuff coming. There'll definitely be more interviews. There'll definitely be more hangouts. There'll definitely be more songs. I definitely want to get to more songs. And I'm working on The Gambler right now. Can't wait for that. Got a special guest on that song, which I'm really happy about. I'll share it with you next week. I'll give you a listen to it next week. Is this Ecamm? Yes, it is, Glenn. I was just saying, I just bought it. I love it. I've just signed up to try and be an endorser, to get to be on their affiliate thing. So if anyone's interested in this, give me another couple of weeks to test it. And if I still love it, you see me still using it, then I would advise you get it if you have a Mac. There is a trial, so you can test it out first. And if you are going to get it, then if you do use my affiliate link, if I get one, if I get approved, then please do, because it will help me out. Okay. Oh, it's the same with Amazon. If you use the links below my videos to Amazon, it's like an affiliate thing. It doesn't cost you anything, but helps me out. So feel free to do that if you're in the USA. And also remember, with this software, it's Mac. Right now, it's Mac only. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get too philosophical. Don't get me wrong. Like, the gear is fantastic. The gear is so much fun. But I have come to realize these last couple of weeks that it's about the music, isn't it? So I'm really happy to be working on some songs. I'm working on these cover songs, hopefully some originals, different projects. And I hope to share them with you as well. And if you have friends that are not into the gear, but into the music, maybe you'll share those with them instead, because hopefully they'll be into that, right? All right, it's been an hour and a half. I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very happy with the software. I'm very happy with how everything's going. I'm happy you guys are having fun with this. It means a lot. Glenn says, oh, give me a call, Glenn. I'll tell you about it. The adapter is that Elgato thing that I connect my camera. Glenn has the same camera as me. This is the software. This is purely to do things like resize, brightness, set my audio levels, show the desktop like this, show the comments on the screen. I can invite a guest on Skype here. Look, if I come to this screen and open up Skype, they will if they call me, if you were to call me right now, you would appear here in this bubble so we could talk about something. It's very, very cool. Very cool. So I'll cover this in detail. I might even do a stream just about this software. So wait for that one before you decide. But there is a free trial, so you can try it out in the meantime. All right, thank you, everyone. I must say goodbye. This was really cool. I enjoyed covering this stuff that I haven't covered yet. I'll see you tomorrow night at the same time for my cover songs. Be well, have a great weekend, have a fun weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.